Happy Wednesday, writers. Today for Writing Workshop, you're going to need your writing notebook and your green ELA resource folder. Go ahead and open up your green resource folder and take out the mentor text that is going to be used for our opinion essay today, called Opinion Writing Research Article, Homework versus No Homework. And on the reverse side, it says Homework versus No Homework, No Homework. So we're going to read both sides today in creating our essay. Then go back to your writer's notebook, and we're going to turn back to where we left off. Yesterday, we inserted some examples of opinion writing and how they laid out some paragraphs and some tools to use for our editing process of our writing. So we're going to find the page that had the page number, which is page 42. So the next page we're going to use is page 43. Then turn back to the table of contents. And on page 43, we're going to do our homework, opinion essay, planning. And today's date is 10-28-20. Then go ahead back to the page. And at the top, we're going to go ahead and label it. So we're going to write homework, opinion, essay, plan. So remember, at any point during our video, you can push pause to get yourself caught up and stay organized. Make sure you're writing the page number, the title, and then push play when you're ready to continue with Mrs. Ling. So today is going to be an exercise on reading passages or sources that we're going to then use to create an opinion about a topic. This is something that we're going to continue to work on for the next several weeks. We've been working on paragraphs at the beginning of the year, and then we moved into writing opinion paragraphs and then opinion essays, and now we're working on creating an opinion essay based off of a source. So we're going to work on that this week, and then next week you will have another one, and then you will have your first writing benchmark test on November 12th. So today our topic that we're going to be focusing on is whether or not you should be assigned as a student homework. And I am sure that many of you have some strong opinions at home about whether or not you should have homework assigned after a long day of work at school. So we're going to read opposing views. So one side is going to be in favor of assigning homework, and the reverse side is going to be opposing homework being assigned. We're going to read both of them, and then you're going to decide which of the two opinions do you feel strongest that relates to what you feel. So once we're done with reading both, then you can decide which one you would like. As you're reading today, you are going to be reading and taking notes. So if you already know your opinion about whether or not you agree with homework, you see the benefits of it, or you think that it's something that isn't necessary, well, then you can take more notes on your page as you are reading to find evidence that supports your thought process. So Mrs. Ling's not going to read both articles on the video. You can push play or push pause and then push play, and then we'll talk about how to pull the information from the text to then start your planning process. So go ahead and push pause, read both sides, and then push play again. Now you should have been able to read both sides on the opposing views on whether or not homework is something that you should agree with or disagree. So the side that says homework is in favor, and the side with no homework is against. So remember, your job as a writer is to decide what is your personal opinion that you are going to then focus on, because we are being asked to write an opinion piece. You will often encounter topics that you don't have a strong attachment to one way or the other, and you will still need to decide which one has the most information to help support whether or not you agree with something or not. The same thing if you are given a topic and they're asking you to directly write in a certain favor or opposing something, you're going to have to use the text or the sources provided to find the evidence to support the opinion, no matter if it's your opinion or someone else's, to write a good essay upon that topic. So we're going to just push this to the side for just a moment, and we're going to talk about our planning sheet. Because we're not writing a essay together, we are writing based on the same topic, but because it's your personal opinion, you are going to be filling out the following information on your own. Mrs. Ling's just going to help you with your planning outline, and then you're going to fill in what you think for each of these sections. So on your page, we're going to use this entire page and we're going to fill it up. So make sure that when you're writing, you write nice and neat. Don't try to write more than one line unless I ask you to do so. So at the top of our planning sheet, we're going to write the word topic, because it's important for us to stay focused on the topic at hand. So whatever it might be that is presented in our articles. So today our topic is focused on homework. And having it at the top of the sheet just will help train your eyes to continue to look back and to make sure that you are staying focused and you're not going off and starting to talk about recess when we're talking about homework instead. Then in any good essay, we are being asked to write 4 complete paragraphs in a very structured format. So we're going to set that up by having the topic or the title of the type of paragraph in a box. So right below my topic, I'm going to write that my first paragraph is going to be focused on the introduction. So I'm going to write that and then put a box around it. That way I know that I need to make sure I'm following the format of every introduction paragraph. So an introduction paragraph is going to be where you begin with an engaging beginning, and we talked about different types of engaging beginnings that you can create. You could have a question, you could have a stunning fact or statistic, you can have lots of different ways to kind of engage that reader to make them want to continue reading. So if you need some examples of different types of engaging beginnings, remember you can look back in your writer's notebook and we have several examples there. Today, you are going to create your own engaging beginning related to the topic homework. After you created your engaging beginning, you are going to clearly state what your opinion is. So there are 2 opinions that you can decide between. Either you agree with homework being assigned for reinforcement, or you oppose homework being assigned, and you're going to write that sentence there. So this is considered to be our topic or title and our opinion, all focused in one sentence. Once you're done writing your opinion sentence, you are going to give me 2 separate reasons. So these are 2 separate sentences. So you're going to give me 2 reasons that support your opinion on whether or not homework should be assigned. So you have 1 engaging beginning sentence, you have 1 sentence stating your clear opinion, and then you have at least 2 reasons that support your opinion. So the very minimum amount of sentences that you're going to have is 4 sentences. You can have additional sentences if you want to have additional information, or we will talk about how we start with a transitional sentence at the end of our introduction in the next couple weeks. Once you're done with your introduction planning, you're going to skip a line or 2, and you're going to then focus on our second paragraph, which is going to focus on your first reason. So we're only talking about 1 of your 2 reasons. So when you pull out 1 of your reasons, you're going to have a topic sentence. So once again, restating what that first reason was of why your opinion is what it is. You are going to pull a piece of evidence from the text. So if I were to support no homework, I'm going to look for a piece of evidence within the passage focused on no homework that's going to reinforce why homework is a bad idea. So I might say I'm pulling out that no homework would give students additional time for developing extracurricular skills. So this sentence I would want to underline in my passage to make sure that I remember this is going to be one of my supporting details coming straight from the text. And when I write this on my planning sheet, I'm going to use quotation marks, and I'm going to even begin by saying in the text it said no homework would give students additional time for developing extracurricular skills. So we're going to then put this on the evidence portion. So remember, this is coming directly from the text. After you pull your first piece of evidence from the text, you're going to explain what the author meant by that sentence. So what does the author mean by no homework would give students additional time for developing extracurricular skills? So you have to use your own words. So this is where you explain the evidence in your words. After you're done writing your first piece of evidence from the text and you've explained it with your own words, you're going to find a second piece of evidence that supports your first reason. And then you're going to once again explain it in your own words. So once again, for your second paragraph, you're going to have a topic sentence, which is your first reason. You're going to find a piece of text evidence, so that's coming directly from your source. Then you're going to explain what the author meant by the sentence. You're going to find a second piece of text evidence and explain what the author meant. Once you're done with that paragraph, or with your planning for that paragraph, you're going to then move on to your second reason that you stated in your introduction. So this is reason number 2. And you're going to follow the same format. We're going to have a topic sentence. You're going to introduce your first piece of evidence that supports the second reason. You then are going to explain what the author meant by that text evidence or the sentence from the text. You're going to provide a second piece of text evidence directly from the text and explaining it. And then our final paragraph that we're going to plan for is our conclusion. So we're going to skip a line and we're going to write conclusion. So this is our fourth paragraph. And our fourth paragraph is very similar to our introduction. So our fourth paragraph on our conclusion is going to start by restating our topic/opinion. So this is to make sure that the reader knows exactly what we have been explaining and our viewpoint on that topic. You are going to once again restate, so we're going to restate our 2 reasons that support that opinion that you have. And the final sentence in your conclusion is what we consider to be our zinger or our final thought. So this is the last sentence the reader will be reading of yours to leave them with the impression that they're wanting to agree with the opinion that you had on your topic. So once again, this is not writing the actual essay yet. This is just planning, so you're jotting down information. You do not need to write in complete sentences on a plan, but you do need to make sure that all of the information that I have recorded on my page is recorded on yours with your thoughts on how you're going to write your essay. The better the plan that you create, the easier time it will be when you go to write your essay tomorrow. So remember, once again, you should have read both sides of the passages, come up with your clear opinion on whether or not homework should be assigned, and then come back to your notebook and you're going to plan for those 4 paragraphs. Your introduction to have an engaging beginning, a clearly stated opinion with 2 reasons. Your second paragraph will have your first supporting reason of what you chose for your opinion. You're having 2 pieces of text evidence, so that's words directly from the author. You aren't even needing to make that up. You just find the sentences that you think best support your reason, and we call them lifting the line. So you're going to take the exact sentence, writing on your plan, but make sure you include your quotation marks to show that they're the author's words. And then after you have your evidence from the text, you have to explain it with your own words. Then in your third paragraph, you're going to start with your second reason topic. Once again, having 2 new pieces of text evidence, so words directly from the author, and explaining why those support your opinion. And then you're going to finish by writing or planning for your conclusion. So restating what your topic and opinion is, having your 2 clear supporting reasons to support that opinion, and leaving them with a final zinger or a final thought. Today, you are going to be expected to have your planning sheet completed, take a picture, and submit to today's lesson.